This is the white belt face. This is the white belt. This is today I'm basically going to talk about blocking. Like a video before, taught you about the side block. Well, the side block is used for these kind of punches to cross and just haymakers. But punches like that, going in like that, a side block, it'll miss it. So or even a jab, this would work. But here's another punch, a block, dip block. It goes like that, up, block. Same thing. See how my fist is? It's going out. It's going to be bone to muscle contact. So when you do that up block, you're going to be hitting his muscle, cause even more damage, and you won't feel anything. So up block, up block. Now here's another type of block. Palm blocks. That's another type of block. Let's say somebody tries to punch you at the same time. It could happen. Double dragons. This is called double dragon. Again, see how my fist is? You go like that. There's a double dragon. Now here's another type of block. This one's used a lot in MMA that I know of. They're blocking punches like in boxing. Like that. You can block your head like that as it goes in. That'll work. So those are some of the basic punches, punching blocks, blocking punches techniques. Well, let's say somebody tries to kick you, like a head kick. Somebody does a roundhouse with a head kick, or comes into the body, or somebody comes in to the leg. There's different blocks you can do with that. Well, with a leg block, if somebody comes in like that, with a leg block, you can always lift your leg like, as he comes in, you can lift your leg up like that to help absorb the block. That's one type block you could do. But what I would like to do, what I prefer to do with that type of block is just hop back. That will give you some distance. That will give you some space away. So kind of slide back. That will work too, because he's trying to aim you for the knee. That will work for those type of blocks. Well, let's say somebody's done a roundhouse and is going right to your stomach, this area right here, your chest, this area right here. Well, depending what angle he's kicking at. Well, if he's kicking, his foot coming to this angle, on my right side, you block it like that. See how my hand is? You block it like that, then you do a punch, 1-2 punch. So you block it, 1-2 punch. I would like to block it and do that 1-2 punch because you're going to see an opening there. As he comes in with the kick, there's going to be an opening there for that 1-2 punch. So he won't block that. You're going to get a shot at him. But let's say if it's an opposite foot type of situation, it's the same kick. Go like that. Right hand on the bottom, left hand on top. What this is going to do, we're going to show you a technique later, is you're going to actually catch the leg with this. So that's how you'll block that from that side. Those are for body kicks coming in. But let's say if it's like a front kick, or here's a different type of block you could do. As it comes in with like a front kick or a weak front roundhouse. Your elbow going down like that to the collar, to the waist. Elbow go down like that. What's going to happen is this elbow is going to draw down on his foot, hurting his foot. Then you can do a 1-2 punch. You do 1-2 punch after all that. It goes like that. Make sure your elbow hits your belt level. It goes down like that. Well, this is the basic block, the most basic block. especially with somebody hitting you with the front foot, I would not recommend this. I would recommend the other blocks for stronger blocks, like that for a strong roundhouse. But somebody kicking from the front foot, well, you got the side block. I mean, it will work for a roundhouse too, but you're just gonna have to step back and side block, down block it. My bad, down block it. You step back and down block. What I would actually do with that is step back, down block, and catch it. So you can actually try to catch the kick in mid-air as he goes. You go like that, you can actually bring the guy to the ground. I actually brought black belts to the ground that way. But doing a down block, I've actually put him on the ground. So you just step back and block it, down block. That would be a good block for a kick. Well, let's say, here's another one. This is actually the first technique that I'm going to show you. And you get to the yellow belt that I'm going to have, you're going to have to at least know 10 techniques. But this is a technique you can use. So somebody front kicking you like that. You can X block it. X block the front kick. Put your hands back and get the neck. So you can X block the front kick and get the neck. See, this is the X block. As you X block it, you step back, block the kick, you go back like this, you step forward, reaching the X block, getting them right here in the throat. That could be a death sentence right there. I want to be very careful with that one. So those are some of the type of blocking, like kicks and punches that you can do. But I got other techniques that you can actually reap and put people to the ground. Now, let's talk into the other aspect of this martial art. I'm going to go off subject to some points, and sometimes I'm going to be right on. But this is right on the subject of this martial art. I'm talking about batteries. Why am I going to talk about batteries? Batteries and capacitors. Why am I talking about that? Because it's a storage for electricity. And electricity is a very important aspect to this martial art. Because you don't know you're going to need it. Well, when you're talking about batteries, there's I'm going to start off with two different type of batteries out there. The starting batteries that are on cars, and the deep cycle batteries. Those are the ones I know of. They're made differently, and they are designed a little bit different. The starting battery is designed to be 100% charged at all times. So you want to keep the starting battery 100% charged at all times. A deep cycle battery, well, you want to discharge that, then charge it back up. You want to discharge it 100% and charge it back up. So that's a different technique in the charging in the batteries. And what batteries and capacitors do, they store electrons. But capacitors are used a little differently than batteries. Batteries are made to store electrons. Capacitors are made to store electrons for a possible high voltage situation. Like you need more amps, let's say with radio speakers and stuff like that. That's what that's for. But I'll be getting more into that stuff, and believe it or not, it's all part of this martial art.